Did you know that one of the things about alchemy is that it is all about raising vibration? Now, what does that mean to raise vibration? Well, it means to elevate to a higher state of being. And that is what the distillation stage of alchemy is all about. Now, distillation is the 6th stage out of 7 stages. And so as we come into the distillation stage, we are emerging out of the fermentation, we're emerging out of that dark night of the soul, and we're gonna come into a process of refinement and elevation, raising our vibration. Now, the distillation stage in the Emerald Tablet says to ascend from earth to heaven and then again descend to earth, and therefore it revives the powers of the heavens and of the earth. So that's paraphrasing it, but the whole idea in distillation now in chemistry and alchemy at a practical level, distillation is where you take all the essentials that have emerged from the previous stage and you put it into an aqueous solution, like a watery solution again, and you dissolve it in there. But now we're going to heat it, and as we heat it, it's in a distillation apparatus, and as the vapors rise up, then they're recaptured. It cools down, and it then recaptures and recondenses back into water. But in the process of raising up, and when it goes from that liquid state to the air state, they say that it's much more receptive to the energy from various influences, spiritual influences, astrological influences, and so forth. The intention that we're giving it, it's much more receptive to that energy coming in and being infused into what it is that we are taking through that alchemical process. And then as it recondenses back into a more solid form, then it's like it's recapturing all of that heightened vibration and energy back into the physical. So with us, in our process of distillation, this is very much about having a practice of regularly raising our vibration through something like meditation, or sometimes through like rituals or qigong practices, things that cultivate the energy and raise the vibration up. As our vibration is raising, it's actually your brainwave frequencies are going into slower modes like alpha, theta, so that you can tap into more of a relaxed and even a universal consciousness versus so focused like we tend to be in our outer way of life. So this is really an inward process. And we through these practices, we raise our vibration, and as we're in that heightened state of consciousness, we're receiving guidance, we're receiving spiritual insight, wisdom, higher visions of where to go next. And then we need to take that, whatever it is we're receiving, that guidance, that insight, we're taking that from that heightened state of consciousness, and then we want to bring it back down into our physical life by applying it into our world, into our lives. So we bring it down, we might journal it out first, but then it's about now go through the creative process of how do we implement this? How do we apply this into our life? And when we're really coming into that distillation stage and we're doing it on a regular basis, we're making a practice out of this. We're creating a daily life pattern, or several times a week, where we're doing this meditation, we're coming to those higher states of consciousness, we're receiving that guidance, that insight from a heightened state where the ego is quiet, and our higher self or our guidance, can come in from a spiritual source and illuminate our mind, illuminate our consciousness, and then we bring it, and then it's our job to bring it down into, okay, now how do we apply that? How do we bring that and practically make it happen, make it manifest into our world, into our life? And that's where we can then get creative, and we can plan, and we can bring organization to it and put our to-do steps down. But we want to make sure that all of that planning and creative process that we're going through is coming first from an illuminated state of consciousness, from a higher state of consciousness, versus it just coming from our normal world type of creative work. We want to raise our vibration up and receive that spiritual guidance and insight, and then bring it into application and manifestation. So it's shifting where we're receiving those ideas and creative energies from, and we're engaging in a co-creative process with the universe to flow higher vibrational energies into our physical life. And in this process, by doing it on a regular basis or going through cycle after cycle of doing this, we're raising our vibration, and then we're embodying the spirit into the physical. And this is an ascension process. Like, we are elevating our life in the process, because you're going to find that as you do this, everything starts to flow with more synergy, more synchronicity, more just like magic almost, you know, as you start to see your creations come to fruition. It's not just going to be satisfying to you, it's also going to like create inspiration and bring hope and benefit to other people as well. And others are going to be like, wow, you know, they're going to be really drawn to it because there's going to be some elevated energy to it. So the distillation stage is all about this. Now, the other thing is about our own personal alchemy and how we can really accelerate our own transformation and raise our own vibration, especially to rise above the mundane and to rise above sort of the rat race of the old way of doing things, which we find is the struggle in the earlier stages. Here, we're coming into much higher energies and techniques. And so one of the best things you could do for yourself to support your distillation process is to receive initiation, to get initiated, because initiation is an alchemical process of accelerating our evolution. It is an ancient technology that comes forward to today through the mystery schools to accelerate our own evolution, to accelerate our transformation, and really help us make breakthroughs. So I would definitely encourage you to check out initiation with the mystery school that I study with, the Modern Mystery School. It's called the Empower Thyself Initiation. And there's also something called the Life Activation, which is a personal session that you receive just prior to initiation. And if you want to learn more about alchemy, make sure that you like and subscribe to my channel here, and we've got more videos on the way.